What is an absorption rate and why do we use it? That's what I want to talk about in this video. I'm Marcus McClanahan with the McClanahan Group and Landmark Sotheby's International Realty. The absorption rate is simply how fast we're selling homes each month, how fast the market is moving. And that information tells us what type of market we're in. Are we in a seller's market, a buyer's market, or a balanced market? And having that information helps us know how to approach selling your home or buying a home. So think of it as a bathtub. Here's the analogy. The water in the bathtub are the number of homes currently available for sale on the market. The drain are the buyers buying those homes. And what we're measuring is how fast the water is going through the drain. How fast are buyers buying? How long would it take to empty that water out of the tub? That is the absorption rate. And then we look at those numbers. Those numbers tell us what type of market we're in. And of course, knowing what kind of market you're in is important, and knowing whether you even want to be in the market and how do you approach being in the market. The absorption rate can be expressed in two different ways. We can look at it numerically by number of months it would take to sell everything that's on the market, or we can express it in a percentage to show us how fast things are moving in the market. How do we determine the absorption rate? So we look at a local area, and this is localized. The market, which is what the absorption rate will tell us, the type of market, can be different in different locations. Absorption rate is determined by taking how many active homes are currently on the market divided by how fast we sell them each month. So expressing it numerically as in months, if you have 200 homes on the market and we sell 40 per month on average, it's going to take us 5 months to sell off that whole inventory. That's if no new homes are added. Or that could be expressed as 20%. 20% of homes sell each month. So that gives us a good indication as to how fast the market is moving. So how do we read those numbers? What do those numbers mean? Anything between 5 and 7 months of inventory is considered a balanced market. Under 5 months of inventory is a seller's market. And during COVID, we went as low as under 1 month of inventory. That was an extreme seller's market. Anything over 7 months of inventory is a buyer's market. 20% and above is a seller's market. 15 to 20% a balanced market, and under 15% is a buyer's market. I've talked about seller's markets and buyer's markets and balanced markets. What does that mean exactly? Well, it's about the balance of power. Who has the advantage? If you're in a buyer's market, that means there's more homes on the market. Buyers have more choices. It means the market's moving slower. Also, homes are taking longer to sell. This gives the buyer an advantage. This gives them more negotiating power. If there's fewer homes on the market, if homes are selling very fast, and let's use COVID as an example because it really makes it clear. There were very few homes on the market. They sold very fast, and that meant buyers were in a great disadvantage. They were having to come up with thousands of dollars just to put down, and sellers were getting multiple offers on those homes. So that gives a really clear example of what happens in a seller's market. Click the link below and get a free guide on how we determine what the absorption rate is. You can do it yourself. Go write down the numbers and determine it yourself. And we also give more information about how we look at buyer criteria to come up with the ideal market value of your home. We call it value positioning your home. So click that link below and get that free guide. I hope this information has helped. Have a great rest of your day.